Right at 7 o'clock, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Joshua Basin Water District Board of Directors on this day. Would you all rise and please join Neil Escori in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. General Manager Gazzetta, would you determine the quorum, please?
Yes, Vice President Reynolds.
Here.
Director Long.
Here.
Director Lewis.
Here.
Director Wilson.
Here.
Will reflect that Director Luckman is on vacation this week.
Well, thank you. Item 4, approval of agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
We need to remove item 10 from the agenda because it's in violation of section 2.04 of the Administration Code.
Item 10.
I would like to ask our
We would
attorney
like to
Review that, take a look at
What's
this.
Review of that.
2.04, Director Lewis?
Huh?
What's 2.04, the expense?
Expense report. All expense reimbursement requests must be submitted on an expense report form provided by the district, Exhibit B. Receipts for all claimed reimbursements must be attached. Receipts may include written explanations of reasonable expenses, including tips, parking meters, baggage handling, for which third-party receipts are not provided. Officials
Yeah, you can
must
stop there.
submit their expense reports within 30 days of an expense incurred, accompanied by receipts documenting each expense.
I don't think that's applicable, Mike.
I believe it
That's talking
is.
about directors, and there's a standalone provision for general manager.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe it.
Let's take a look at it.
I believe that if the board acts on this, that they are violating the administration code and then at that point violating state law.
Did you take note of the fact that the general manager's reimbursement provisions are in a different body of law?
Absolutely, I did.
Did you observe that they're in conflict? And
Absolutely.
you think that this one prevails?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think it does. I think you're authorized to move forward,
We're authorized to move forward?
in my opinion.
So noted.
And if you want more specifics on that, let's turn to what section I'm alluding to, okay? It's included in Joe Gazetta's memo. Let's take a look at it to refresh my memory. I didn't anticipate this, so let me just look at okay. There's another provision in the code, Director Lewis, that I think trumps what you just brought to our attention.
Well, what we can do is you can go along and they have 2 votes in which to approve the agenda. We have 2 votes in which not to approve the agenda, and we'll be at a loggerhead at that point.
Yeah.
It will all be subject to interpretation by legal people, not you, but legal enforcement people, because
There
I
could be
will make a criminal complaint for violating the
You're,
rules and regulations of this district.
that's fine, Mike, you can do what you want to do, but let's take a look at the section that Mr. Gazetta is basing his request for reimbursement. I just grabbed the agenda now. I believe it's, just a second. What page is that, Joe, your report?
12, begins on 12.
12. Okay, thank you, Susan. Mike, do you have the code with you tonight?
Absolutely.
Take a look at section 407, and would you mind reading that for the general public?
Yep,
I don't have it in front of me.
I understand it. General manager will be reimbursed for all sums incurred by him in performance duty once an itemized voucher is set forth. This other section is for itemized vouchers also, and I believe that it covers not just directors, but the manager and employees.
There's a bit of a conflict there. I think this one trumps the other one. I think you're allowed to go forward, Mr. Chairman. I really do. This is a distraction that isn't worth much time spending.
Okay, so we would have to have a vote for approval of the agenda We have a first.
My opinion is the legal is, the agenda stands legally sound as it's composed.
Okay, and what would we, well, let's move forward on the vote. And do we have a second? Can I second that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll second that approval of the agenda. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Okay, we have a moot. Now that brings this meeting to a standstill.
Or a close.
So at that point, would this be the time when we dismiss the meeting, or?
Well,
what?
are you protesting the entire agenda or
Nope.
just 10?
Only that item.
Now let's move forward with all the other items.
I don't think so.
Why
No,
not?
I'm sorry.
I disagree
Because we
as
don't
well.
have approval of the agenda.
We don't have approval of the agenda.
Does your
Meeting comes to an end.
administrative code
I'm-
require an approval?
Oh, well, can we talk outside for a minute?
Let's call a 5-minute recess.
Okay.
It's now,
I
I
hate to
believe,
waste
7
time.
after
Why do you feel so strongly about
7.
that?
We'll have a 5-minute recess.
Hey, Mr. Gazetta, it probably is in the best interest of the district to call tonight's meeting off. It's gonna be moot, it's gonna be 2-2 all night long, it's not worth the inconvenience.
Yep.
Okay, I agree. We do not have approval of the agenda. We cannot move forward with that. Do we call for a vote to close the meeting, or how do we do that next?
You can just
Meeting
close
was
it.
never open.
You can just-
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming.